Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Sorry for being late today. I wanted to post earlier, but had dropped my niece off to college yesterday, so it was a 20-hour day, and for me and my driver, so it was a great day for him because he made a week's worth of pay in one day, and so but it was hard on my body. I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm gonna tell you. And got home, and then me and my wife, we started talking and we really working. Like it's a lot of spiritual warfare. It's a lot going on out here. And we started talking and we just really just digging deep, in this relationship stuff and just trying to really see like what in the world is happening in this atmosphere. And it led me, I watched this documentary, The Girlfriend That Didn't Exist, and then somebody wrote in about it. So I said, let me talk about this because I have a story about this. And that's why I try to tell y'all, I'm not just here talking. I ain't here just talking. I talk from purpose. So this ain't something I just chose. I talk because I done lived it. And when Black Planet was around, I got on Black Planet. And I bumped into this young lady, and she kind of, if I could think back, she kind of looked similar to my wife. And I bumped into this young lady, and I was like, man, okay, she pretty. And I friended her, or however at work, and we started talking on Black Planet. And we talking back and forth in the message, and then we started handwriting letters. I'm in college playing football. I made her my screensaver. On my computer. I'm in study hall with the team. Everybody who didn't have the world's greatest grades, we had to go to study hall. I'm in study hall. Remember Angie Perez song used to be out. Our Kelly tape came out. So we used to be in the study hall listening to Angie Perez. I used to listen to Angie Perez. Watching R. Kelly tape instead of doing homework. And I had her on my screensaver, and my teammates, they had ugly girlfriends, so they were jealous of me. Man, that's your girl. Man, that ain't your girl. Man, that ain't your girl. Yeah, that's my girl. Man, that ain't your girl. Yeah, hey, listen, here go the letter. Read the letter. So she would send me a letter, I would send her a letter. We going back and forth. And then I lived in Florida, so we had the classic Bethune-Cookman versus FAMU. And she said she was in like South Florida. So I was like, okay, cool. So let's meet up at the classic. But she ain't had no phone. We just sent letters back and forth. And so she said she couldn't talk on the phone, or she ain't have no phone, something like that. And so we just sent letters back and forth. So I said, meet me at the classic. And then I said, can I bring a camera? And I'm about to cry like the man on the documentary on Netflix. I say, can I bring a camera to take a whole camera roll of pictures of you? Me trying to be romantic. But I was serious about that thing because at that time, that was the prettiest woman I had ever talked to. And the way it was built, it was through letters. It was through messages online. Then I go to the classic with my sister. I got the camera. I'm standing out there. I'm walking down the strip. I'm over on the strip. I'm at the little food places. And I'm standing at the gas station. I'm standing all on the strip. If you went to the classic in Orlando, you know what I'm talking about. On the main road where the stadium is. And everybody's selling, the fried chicken and all that. I'm out there. And I got my little camera, the little yellow camera you just wind the thing and take your little picture and you get like 27 or 28 of them. I had that. And I'm with my sister. This thing hurt me in my heart to this day. You hear me? But it was like reap what I sowed. And sitting out there waiting, I'm looking. I'm like, is that her? I walked up to a couple of young ladies or groups of young ladies. Hey, is one of y'all names such and such? I can't even remember the person's name. Come back home from the classic. I think I sent her a letter or sent her a message on Black Planet like, hey, I went to the classic. I ain't see you. I looked for you all day. I ain't see you. And then I got a message back. I can't remember if it was a handwritten letter or if it was a message online. and said, hey, I'm such and such. I just want to let you know that my niece, who is 14, who looked totally different than the woman you've been talking to, has been talking to you online and through letters, living through her cousin. That picture is her 24-year-old cousin who lives in Atlanta, Georgia, or somewhere in Georgia. But my heart dropped. Now, to God be the glory, wasn't no nasty talk, wasn't no nudity, it couldn't be no pictures because it wasn't even her. Listen, I'm telling you this story, but you know how I get down. I'm transparent. Every man that went through this. On the rise of the internet, I guarantee you, every man that went through this. But when I tell you that thing hurt, and that right there, the internet has been the payback for men. Because we did things in real life that was nasty. Yeah. So the man that, if you're a woman watching this, the man that hurt you, oh, he done got his. He done got his. But the way we are as men, I ain't tell nobody that story. I did not tell no. And then, listen, I was crying. I was crying. I was hurting. I was sick. You hear me? Netflix, y'all need to come do a documentary on me. Listen. Y'all forgive me. Hold on right quick. Because now I can laugh at it because, oh my goodness. And let me tell y'all, I got a homeboy. He does security for me now if I need security, but I don't travel no more. So I don't need security. He taking care of his family. He got 3 kids. And he played offensive line for me in college. We was on a trip one time when I was touring the country, touring the world. We was on a trip one day, and I told him the story. When I tell you this man barely laughed, we almost fell out. I almost put him out the car. He barely laughed. And I was crying. In that moment, all the feelings came. Telling you this story, I just felt like, you know the movie where the boy, he's standing at the front door and he waiting on his dad to come pick him up. And his dad don't show up. And you just, the music come on the movie and you could tell that's how that feeling felt. Standing out there on the strip at the Classic with that camera, with my sister, and the lady ain't show up. Because the whole time I'm sending letters from Florida to West Virginia. I was in West Virginia playing football. I'm sending letters from Florida to West Virginia talking to a 14-year-old. Now, to God be the glory. Never seen her, never met her, never talked to her, and it wasn't nothing nasty. So, and look at the irony. R. Kelly tape was out. All us in study hall watching R. Kelly tape, it was real grainy, trying to see what he was doing. Like, is he eating booty? Oh my goodness. And we were trying to figure out what's going on. And little do you know, around the country, there were little girls and little boys playing with older men and women. I guarantee you 90% of men went through this. Ain't nobody telling about it. I guarantee you, if you're a woman watching this, the man who has hurt you has been in the room, curled over like a fetus, crying, because the woman he would talk to online was not real. Now, to God be the glory that this woman I was talking to was not a man. Now, if that would have turned out to be a man, I don't think I would have bounced back. I don't think I would have bounced back. I think I would have been done for life. I would have been Apostle Paul. I probably would have been Saul. I wouldn't have been Apostle Paul. I probably would have been Saul. So, you know, even though that was the case, I was 18. So it wasn't, yes, the lady said, that's my 14-year-old niece, but I didn't feel crazy because it was not sexual. And it was because I thought the picture she used, I thought the lady was so pretty that I wasn't trying to do no kind of out the way talk. I wasn't trying to do nothing like forward or nothing. It was like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? It was, so that's what really made it worse, because I was nasty, and I was dealing with a lot of ladies, and here I am really being friends, like really talking about your favorite color and movie and food and all this. But you know what though? It's like, it's more so sad. I can't even worry about my embarrassment. I can't believe my homeboy laughed like that. He he laughed like that. I'm like, bruh. Man, I'm like, bro, that hurt, man. Why you laughing like that? Man, I'm like, bro, I'm crying. He was like, bro, I'm sorry, man. I ain't mean to laugh. Oh, you still hurt? He was like, oh, you still That made him laugh harder than I was. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, yeah, I'm still hurt by it. But see, it wasn't that I was in love. It's just that the ego, the male ego. But I feel like it could be a female ego too. Imagine if you're a woman. I feel like a woman will feel the same way. If you talking to a man and he's somewhere and y'all writing letters because you think he ain't got no phone, he overseas, or he's somewhere and he can't, and y'all writing letters and you fall in love, and come to find out you've been talking to a 12-year-old boy, I think anybody will be hurt. And so listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, men, but the sad part too, I can't just say men, because women getting that too. A lot of women talking to people who ain't real. A lot of women talking to another woman, and the woman pretending to be her 6'4", 8-pack of abs cousin, and getting this woman to send her money. And you sending money to the woman sending money to another woman, thinking she talking to a man. And then if the woman want to talk on the phone, the woman having her cousin actually talk to the woman on the phone. And the thing about it is, it might be a woman that's 50 years old, 45 years old, 55 years old, 60 years old, and just ain't tech savvy, not thinking about, oh, let's do FaceTime, let's do Zoom, let's do, no, just sitting talking on the phone. The man just got to put in 30 minutes a day for his cousin, and they getting wires, they getting Western Unions and MoneyGrams, and they balling. And this thing is happening. That's why, another reason why I say do not be on that online dating. Now, that Black Planet wasn't online dating. Black Planet wasn't online dating, but some stuff used to go down on there. I told y'all about the man who wrote me on there. He said, hey, how are you? I'm a DL brother and wanted to know if you are. I say, DL? Defensive lineman? I was about to write him back, no, I'm a RB. Then for running back. And I say, DL? I say, and what you think he mean by he a DL brother and he want to know if I am? And I can't remember who I asked, if it was my roommate or if it was my girlfriend. And whoever it was, it could have been my girlfriend. And she said, that mean down low brother. I said, oh my goodness. So Black People Meet, not Black People Meet, that's the dating site. Black Planet, there was a lot going on there, if y'all remember that. So listen, this is real. This going on. And this happened to me. And I'm telling you, this didn't happen to a lot of men. But most men ain't going to tell that story now because it's too embarrassing. Our egos are too big to tell that story. But hey, I deserved it. I deserved it because I wasn't being right out there. I was around there playing with hearts and moving around. And so on that, what I meant to say, more so than my pain, my embarrassment, think about that young lady. Think about that young lady. And now, truthfully, the lady who wrote me, it was a grown woman. I don't know if it was her. And she just ain't look like her niece or her cousin. And maybe want to see if I would talk to her. And maybe just put it on her 14-year-old niece. I don't know who it was because I never seen the person, never talked to the person on video or in person. So I don't know who it was. It could have been a man. and then just change the story at the end because start to feel bad. And so you don't know what it was. But think about if it really was who the lady said it was. Think about her loneliness. Think about how she feel. Because, and this what make me realize this, because it's certain, I can't remember if I'm making this up in my head or not, but, or if the letter said, or the message said, like, she is, like, described her as like the complete opposite look of the woman that you think you've been talking to. And so I'm just like, man, my heart started to really like go out to people who they need to. And I feel like on that thing, I wasn't paying a super attention to it, the documentary on Netflix, but it looked like the person, the woman or man who did it to that college football player, they was just, that she was pretending to be this other woman who was like slimmer and prettier and, you know, all of this to get that feeling, you know, to get that feeling and to have that love and to have that conversation and communication. Like, it's somebody watching this video who doing that right now, because it's that real, that they online pretending to be somebody else just to have some semblance of companionship. So this thing is real. This thing is real. And that's another reason why I tell y'all, don't do the online dating. Because here's the thing. It's also a lot of scams to where there's men who, they are teams. I remember meeting a man. That's why I tell y'all, I'm really out here in the trenches now, living this thing. I was working with a man. He said, I have friends who are from Africa, where I'm from, or from the island. You know how we come from Africa and we taken to different places. Well, we all African. Some of us come to America. Some of us went to different islands. I think he was from like the Virgin Islands or something like that, St. Thomas or somewhere. And he said, it's guys, friends I know. He said they live in Virginia. And he said all of these guys, they live together in like mansions and like big houses, drive fancy cars. But all they do for a living is scam women online through dating sites. He said that's what they do for a living. He said they wanted him to get in and he was like, no, I'm cool. He was like, I can't do that. I can't live like that. But what they do is they literally, but these actual men, so they could FaceTime you, they could talk with you, make love to your mind, phone set, everything with you, but have no interest in you whatsoever. You could be the complete opposite of what this man attracted to. He has no intentions for you, but he gets you in deep enough, 3 months, 6 months, to where you coming out, you opening that pocketbook. And now he got you where he wants you. But the thing about it is, women are so low maintenance that I talk to women that they completely cool with a man, talking to a man every other day. They completely cool talking to a man 2-3 times a week and thinking that they really in a relationship. And I'm like, huh? Are you serious? Like, so can you go to work one day a week and get paid? So how can a man talk to you a couple times a week, 2-3 times a week, and you think y'all really building something? No, a man that's building with you, he gonna talk to you every day. So that's the thing too, what make it look real with a lot of this online stuff is you talking every day. But you could literally be talking to somebody, and that's why the one thing that I tell people, one of the things I tell people, it ain't the only thing, I say never give somebody money. Never give money. You should never give money or any monetary value. So a person should not be able to move in with you. A person should not be able to use your car. A person should not be able to get money from you. And this, especially in this day and age. Back in the day, it was a little different. We weren't as savvy. But today, people ain't looking for love, they looking for help. They looking for a come up. So listen, today, it got to be done differently. And it's always been done, even with me and my wife. Like, there was perks to it. You know, I wasn't all the way right when I met my wife. I wasn't a good guy when I met my wife. So I was like, hey, can you buy me a pair of shoes? You know, I need some work, some steel toe boots for the warehouse. She got me the steel toe boots. I'm like, hey, can you buy me a pair of Air Forces? I was begging just to see where her heart was, what type of person she was. And my wife, she's a sweetheart. She's a real nice person. And I pretty much lived with her, you know, because I had an apartment, but I ended up getting evicted. I was at her place all the time. And then I moved to another place that I was paying for. But then after that, I think I either left or got evicted or whatever. And I moved in with my wife. And I was working, so we both was working. So we was helping, you know, I was helping pay, but, you know, I was using her car at one point, and then my car got stole, and then she took and got a loan from her stepdad, and she bought me a Lexus. So it was like, even my wife was the woman. Fortunately, we got married, but imagine 9.9 out of 10 times, it don't turn out like that. But my wife was a rider for me, and she looked out for me, and that won my heart. But she was actually who I was attracted to, and she wife material. But what I'm saying is a lot of men and women are doing this to people that they have no intentions to be with, that they have no attraction for. So to be safe, and here's the thing, we don't know how we look, because it's a lot of people that tell me that they look good, and I can't see it. I can see how I know their mama love them. I know God love them. But a lot of times people, you know, I can say, oh yeah, I look good. But a woman could be like, not with that hairline. Not at no 5'10". Not with them wrinkles in your forehead. Not with them bags under your eyes. Like, it just depends on what she think look good. So it's a lot of people say, oh yeah, I look good, and I'm a catch, talking about themselves, and I'm like, God love everybody. So here's the thing. Unless you know that it's absolutely is across the board that you are attractive, that person could want you for your money, for what you can do for them. And that's why I say do not give monetary value. So I used to tell women, like, listen, don't worry about how much money a man make and all of this. And that still could be the case, but what I'm saying, he need to have his own place, he need to have his own transportation, he need to have his own money. He should not need you for anything other than love and companionship. If he needs you for more than love and companionship, if he needs you for anything monetary, it's not the time. It doesn't mean he's not the one. It means that he need to keep working. He need to keep working. Y'all could date, y'all could talk, but he got to get it out the mud. He got to do it on his own, and vice versa. Vice versa. Because it's women using men for their money too. So as two grown adults, both people need to be independent. Be able to pay their own bills, especially in this day and age. Because it's a new day. It's a new day. Back in the day, you could get away with it. A man taking care of a woman as his girlfriend, a woman doing for her man, spotting him as her boyfriend, because it was more genuine connection, because they didn't have dating apps, they didn't have social media. So things were a little more real, even though stuff went down back then too. But today, everything fake, everything a facade, nothing is real. So we got to realize and understand that. So, hey, understand that, get that through your skull. The girlfriend that didn't exist, the boyfriend that didn't exist, this didn't happen to me. If it happened to you, make your fake account on YouTube. Make your little side account and tell your story. Put your story in the comments if it happened to you. If you done got duped online like that and you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend that did not really exist. Because it's real. I wish I ain't go through it. My goodness. It's like, Lord, did you have to give me a story about everything in relationship? It's like, that's why all I could do is be a relationship coach, because that's where all my experience at. I'm like, Lord, could I have more experience in business? Well, I could talk about that. More experience in sports, even though I played sport, but more experience where I could talk about that, be a motivational sports speaker. But it's like all my experience was in these raggedy relationships. So listen to me. This thing real. Be careful. Stay off them apps. Because if you meet somebody and she tall or short and she pretty and she got a body, but you see an Adam apple, Okay. Now you know, oh, this a man. But online, you'll be over there talking to Adam. Hey, how you doing? But you thought you was talking to, Angela. So listen, you got to understand this. This thing real now. This thing ain't real. Listen, I wish this wasn't part of my story, but listen, I got to be transparent. I got to use myself as example. And just don't, I'm still mad with my homeboy to this day for laughing how he laughed. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you got a friend or family member that went through something like this, don't laugh at them. Cause that thing hurt. It's a different kind of hurt. That thing hurt. You know what I mean? Trust me when I tell you. Hey, it's Tony Guy. God bless you. We'll talk soon.